It's obvious that you listen to this show to hear about and support other people's dreams. But what about yours? What is your dream project? I'm here to help you break through whatever is in the way of your dreams and get you to the finish line. Go to dreamingbigcoaching.com today and take the first step. Literally, it's a button you can click to sign up for a free consultation with me. Let's find out if I can help you reach your goal. Click on Take the First Step. It's that simple to start the rest of your life. Get coached by Rob Southgate at dreamingbigcoaching.com. Welcome back to Go Fund This, the podcast where you find out about the coolest crowdfunding campaigns out there that you definitely want to know about. I'm your host, Rob Southgate, and today I am joined by Nakeyah Dae to discuss the Seed&Spark campaign for her short horror film, Still Chosen by Random, The Release. Now, before we get into this, I do want to give an update. When I was talking to Nakeyah, it said that she had $1,142 in pledge money in there. Today, she woke up and there was only $85 in there. Somebody had gone in, pledged, pulled it out. It is a tactic that some will use to try to get interest in what they're doing. It's really not fair. It's really not cool. And it's really disheartening. So I'm pleading to anybody listening, if you want to help Nakeyah out, if you want to offset this terrible feeling that she now has, please go in there, pledge something. $10 would help. Anything would help. All I know is I was really sad when I read that, and I know as a filmmaker and creator, she was very much negatively affected by this. So please, do what you can. Help her out. This is an amazing project, and you're going to just love her when you hear this interview. Here's Nakeyah. Nakeyah, welcome to the show. I'm super excited to have you on. I love talking to filmmakers. I love to talk about horror. Oh, I spoiled it. We're talking about a horror film. And you know what? Let's start off by, why don't you tell us about you? Since I already blew that it's a horror movie, let's talk about you, and then we'll talk about the movie.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk about this project because I really want a lot of people to know about it because it's a lot of work and hard work and effort that went into it. So I'm really excited to talk about it. And Still Chosen by Random is basically a slasher. The foundation of it is a slasher that follows a store worker named Carmen, and she has this history with this guy, this slasher, who just won't leave her alone. He's so traumatizing. And her friend comes to help her close up the store. And it turns out that they didn't get rid of him like they thought they did before. And now he's back to get the job done. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. But it's basically it's slightly a homage to slashers from before, because this is actually a sequel to a previous project of ours called Faithful Witness in the Middle, and that was clearly a homage to classic slashers Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface. Those are clear inspirations. The Phantom Killer. Those were the clear inspirations, but this go around, I really wanted him to be a bit more original into himself without losing that classic feel. So basically, I got in there and I rewrote it and I gave him more of this original feel. So basically, it's a horror slasher where you can see the classic feel, but also it gives you that modern horror and gives you that story and those characters to really invest into and want to know what's into them.
I love it. Yeah, I love the visuals on this. So let's talk about the business part of it real fast. Anyone listening, you can check Still Chosen by Random, which is the name of the short horror slasher here. You can check it out at seed&spark.com. Just go there, type in Still Chosen by Random. You are going to find this. Also, as I always say, the links are going to be in the show notes. So definitely check it out. Watch the trailer. There's a pitch trailer on here. It's so cool. It's so fantastic. And that's what I want to talk about. I love, okay, so the first image you see is obviously our slasher with this hood on, holding a sledgehammer. It is, like immediately when I saw it. So that's how I found you. I was just kind of scanning through stuff, and this one popped up, and immediately I went, Jason Voorhees. Not just that. I'm thinking of what was it? The town that feared sundown. Like any of these where they have this like masked slasher that you don't really know who they are, but something is messed up. It just triggered all that in me. While at the same time, it didn't feel like a rehash. It immediately had a different vibe to it. I like that you're in like a record store. It's just really cool. It's really cool.
Thank you so much.
You know, did you see, you've got a shot on here where it looks like Carmen might be hiding behind some records, and you see your slasher kind of look around the corner. It reminds me, are you a fan of American Horror Story?
I am.
Okay. You know, the scene when they did the flashback for, and now I can't think of his name, Twisty the clown, and it showed him in the candy store. This immediately made me think of that scene, which to me is one of those scenes that has stayed with me long after seeing it. It's that you're in a normal setting, and this dude just comes around the corner looking at you, and it's like, it's so terrifying.
You're not the first person to compare one of my projects to American Horror Story. Like literally the first one, somebody was like, "Oh, that's like American Horror Story." I'm like, I'm not doing this on purpose.
No, but you know what? It's good inspiration. You know, that show, I used to do a podcast about it. And they did such a great job of crossing genres, of melding all these ideas together, and the visual feel of it was so good and so different in cases like this. This looks like that, but it doesn't feel like a ripoff of that. It feels like it's kind of in that same universe, which you can't go wrong being in that universe.
No, you can't. You know you're going to get all the horror, all the uneasiness, honestly, realism as well. Like you're going to get a lot of that. So
now this is a short film. How long of a film are you looking to make?
This is actually because the first one called Faithful Witness in the Middle, it was supposed to be like kind of like a way to pitch a full feature film for that. But like I said, I realized I wanted it to be a bit more original, have his own feel. So that's when Still Chosen by Random came about. So we're looking to actually do a full feature film, but I really wanted to put a proof of concept out there first to kind of give everyone an idea of what we're trying to do, what we're looking to accomplish before I just went and tried to get in like contact with different producers and things like that to really get things done.
Now, are the funds for this for the production itself? Is it production and distribution? What is it you're trying to do with the funds?
So we're trying to get cast and crew paid, and we're also trying to do promotion and release. So the funds will go towards paying the cast and crew, and then it'll go towards promoting, like getting everybody all hyped up for his release. And also that includes like a in-person private screening as well. And also it'll go to like releasing it. So getting it into as many different film festivals as possible. It'll also be released on a streaming site called Prime TV, where you can get like a subscription, but the money will still also go to like cast and crew. So it's like all of it is going towards cast and crew releasing, promoting, really just getting it out there
yeah. Yeah, cool. All right. As of right now, as of this recording, 29 days left. You're at 19%. The goal is 6,000. You're at 1,182. So you are on your way here. That's really good.
Thank you.
You had mentioned to me, now I have not, this is the first time we're hearing Seed&Spark on this podcast. Okay.
Yes.
So this operates a little bit differently than the other ones we've talked about. We've talked about BackerKit. We've talked about obviously Kickstarter and Indiegogo. With this one, instead of stretch goals, you have like a green light goal. And what is the green light goal on this?
So the green light goal is 4,500, and right now, like you said, we got a nice chunk, so we need. But the green lit is 4,500, but we want to get as much funding as possible because I don't want to just put it into like a couple of short films and promote it a little bit. I truly want to get like different reviews on it because I also want to improve on it and also get people's opinions about it and see the crowd that we're really going for.
Yeah, so when it's greenlit at 4,500, that means that you get the funds. Because like on
Yes.
Indiegogo, you get the funds no matter what. On Kickstarter, you
Mhm.
have to hit the full goal. You'd have to hit 6,000.
Exactly.
In
Yeah.
Seed and Spark, you get it at the $4,500 mark.
Yes.
So we know that we have a low bar to hit. The way I always look at it is I try to help you hit above that $6,000
Yes.
mark. I always look at it like you're going to get to 6,000. How do we get above it, and what does that do? So get in there, go to Seed and Spark, support this film. Anytime you can support indie film, it's a good thing. And for people that aren't in the film industry but love movies and that, shorts are really important. They are, like you said, a
Mhm.
way to get people feature films or to help draw
Yes.
funding for their next project.
Mhm.
We get over 6,000. That's going to actually be the fuel for the next film, as opposed to,
Mhm.
oh, we made $10,000. We just pocketed. No,
Right.
filmmakers love to stick that into the next thing and try to grow it from there.
Yes.
So that's why it's so important. Go to Seed and Spark, support Still Chosen by Random. Look for that and look for it in the show notes. It's in there. Okay. Let's talk about tiers. What tiers do you want people to know about that you're like, yeah, they're going to really dig this?
So I'm gonna talk about the final tier. Well, I'll talk about the next to last tier. That tier includes so many awesome things. Like I got original art made on Fiverr. Her name is I don't want to say it wrong. Her name is linked on there. I don't want to mispronounce her name, but she is an amazing artist, and she really brought the concept of the feel of who Random is, kind of like this urban legend guy, into art. You get to own that digitally. You also get a Wayland News Report. That's the small town that Still Chosen by Random takes place in and that Carmen's from. You get an archive of the news article from there about one of his like gruesome kills. We're talking like in the 90s type of archive. So you get one of those. You also get to own the film. You get a shout out on our social media, and you get, I believe that's, yeah, and you get a PDF of the script. So you get a PDF of the final draft script. And the
Cool.
last one, the very last one, if you're like in the Tennessee area, you get a invite to the in-person screening. This was my favorite because I'm sorry, I just interrupted myself, but this one's my favorite because it gets to go on DVD. Like it's the height of it. If you live in the Tennessee area and you get the final tier, not only do you get an invite to the in-person screening with a +1, but you also get the DVD, you get a poster, you get a t-shirt, you get everything from before. So you get
Wow.
so many things. You get to come and meet me and all the cast and crew. So I really hope that, y'all decide to get the final tier because I'm very excited for that. But I do want to say that it's important that we get at least 100 people on the final tier because we want to be able to get like the actual building that we need. And I
Yeah,
think
right.
yeah. So it's important to get at least 100 people. But even if we don't, I'll still make a way to do an in-person screening. So I'm not going to, just take like 75 and be like, oh, well, I'll send you a link. Like, no, I'll still make a way to do the in-person screening. But that's my favorite one because it goes on DVD. And yeah, that's exciting. And the DVD has like behind the scenes interviews and it has cuts and takes that we didn't use. So it's not like you just like getting the DVD with it on it. You get like extra things on top of that.
Ah, cool. Okay, you didn't say the prices, so I'm going to say them. The first tier you talked about is called Here. He's Everywhere. That tier is $30. It's everything from the previous levels, plus you get the PDF of the script. There's art, and you get that digital news article. That's really, really cool. Okay, then the final one, the $75 one, that you're like, we need 100 of these. That one is called He's Right in Front of You. $75. You get everything from the previous levels. You get the movie and everything. Invited to that in-person screening +1, the DVD with the special features. Your name added to the booklet that comes with the DVD. That's always cool. Everybody likes that. And you get a t-shirt, trading card, poster. And I'm looking, this is the artwork, right? That's on here, the poster.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That is
Thank you.
so cool. So, and that's your artist that you're talking about, right?
No, that's a different artist. That's
Oh, it's a different artist.
Yes, I work with multiple artists because I like to work with different people.
Sure.
They'll all be listed on our Instagram though, because I did a post dedicated to them, and I put every single person. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I put every single person that I work with because all of them are so impressive. So you can definitely go check that out.
Oh, you know what? If you scan down, you see the original random art, and that's the one you're talking about. Wow, that is a creepy picture right there. Okay, so one other thing, as long as we're talking about that, we've got all these links in the show notes. It's got your YouTube, it's got the Twitch, it's got Pinterest, it's got everything. I'll make sure that we have a link to the artist as well, so that you can check out their stuff, because that's really important too. I know from somebody who's worked on a lot of projects and been involved in film, that kind of thing is so important. So we'll make sure that's in there as well. And the collector card is cool too. As I'm looking through all this, it's also cool.
Thank you.
You said you have an idea for a feature film. Have you fleshed that out, or is it like, hey, let's see if this has legs, and then we'll kind of explore that?
It's actually already fleshed out. I'm in the midst of writing the first draft of the full feature, because it takes a couple drafts.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that the story is really clear and broken down. But it's like, I feel like it really just brings the world all together. You get even more information. Of course, you gotta, in a short film, you only get a piece of the story of the world. But it's like, it really, like, I genuinely feel like it really brings so much of the world alive and really explains a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is great. Okay, Nakeyah, I know we're going to put it in the show notes, but where's the best place for people to kind of interact with you? What social media do you want to send them to?
The best place I would say is Instagram, because we post a lot on Instagram, and I really like pictures, and I feel like pictures are more interactive than like Twitter. You can go on Twitter. I just started the Twitter, so it's like I'm kind of getting the feel of Twitter works. Yeah, sure. So definitely Instagram. Yes,
Instagram's where it's at. Okay, cool. So make sure you follow that in the show notes as well. And what is the Instagram account?
The Instagram account is Still Chosen by Random.
There you go. Some people hear it and do it. Some people have to look in the notes and do it. So there you go. Okay. Nakeyah, this was really great. Good luck with this. I have every confidence you're going to hit this, and I can't wait to see this film. And that's the other question. The first film, is that available someplace people can watch it?
Yes, that's available on our YouTube.
That's on your YouTube. Great. So watch that. Get excited. Get all excited so you want the sequel, and then go in there and pledge. And the other thing that's really, really important is anybody listening, I know I say this every episode, it never gets less important. Share this on your social media. Let people know about it. I found this by random and went, oh my gosh, I got to talk to him. That is the same reaction that you're going to have a friend that's going to have that same reaction and want to support this. And at $75, that's not a huge hurdle for people that want to be involved in a really cool horror project. Nakeyah, thank you again for coming on. Good luck with this.
Thank you so much. And I do just want to say also, to celebrate the countdown of our campaign, we're going to be on Twitch streaming horror games. So you can definitely follow our Twitch. I'll be there. I hope it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to get scared, and hopefully y'all can laugh at my fears.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, I'll try to share that on our social media too, so that people can get in there and watch that, because that's always a
fun time.
All right. Thanks again, Nakeyah.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Seed&Spark campaign for Still Chosen by Random, the release, ends on June 22nd. Go to Seed&Spark and support this fantastic short film. And be sure to tell your friends about it. That really helps. Thanks again, Nakeyah, for coming on the show and sharing this very cool and very scary project with us. If you or anyone you know has a crowdfunding effort about to launch or currently going, send them my way. I love to share cool projects and to help people reach their goals. You can connect with me through the Go Fund This Podcast Facebook page or via email directly to rob@smgpods.com. You can find a link to this Seed&Spark and any other links that we discussed in the show notes. Go Fund This is a production of Southgate Media Group, hosted, edited, and produced by me, Rob Southgate. Thanks again for listening to Go Fund This.